did you get any sleep this weekend?
I did, but only because I popped 3 Mexicadamia to dull the pain. I stole them off of Dr. Larry Pumpernickel. Slept damn near the whole weekend, and I want to say that it was restful, but I'll be honest with you. I fell asleep during some hee-haw reruns on the TV, and in my mind, I just kept on seeing Conway Twitty with Tag Winkler's dumb face in my dreams. It was awful. I could see the want to in his eyes the whole weekend.
Yeah, well, at least you got some sleep. I got caught and locked up in the Boat County detention barge for putting for sale signs up at Tag Winkler's house.
Oof. How does that detention barge hold up against a dink tank?
The food is surprisingly better, but they wake you up with a foghorn every 2 hours, so can't say I want to go back anytime soon. You know, I definitely miss the hospitality of Sheriff Dankin.
Hey, Bruce. You ain't looking too sharp there, pal.
What's the point of all this?
The pre-show meeting? I've been asking myself that for years. You know, it's funny.
No, you idiot. This, Paultom City, Porcupine football, this joke of a radio station, the fake internship, and it smells like stale skunk ass up in here.
The what internship?
We only take Paultom's dumbest and dullest students who don't take the time to read the extra fine print, kiddo. The credits only transfer to one class at W.H. Nelson County Junior College, and that's Compact Disc Player Repair 101.
Compact what?
Now, that's a fine field to get into, kid. Don't let anyone look down on you for choosing that path. CDs are the noblest of portable media. Don't you forget that.
Bruce, we got enough problems as is before we start rambling on about Braun's internship. You know, we got Boat, our playoff seed, and worst of all...
You guys don't understand. I've been a mess since Friday night. Hell, I told my own mother I didn't love her after the ball game.
Yeah, I actually also told your mom I didn't love her.
Well, I gave your mom my drink tickets to my show at Senior O'Grady's.
I didn't know the Eckridge Boys were playing this weekend.
We're not. You know, I've got a side project that's a John Anderson cover band called The Swingers.
Ooh, ought to get a good crowd with that name.
Probably, but not the kind you want.
Will you guys just can it for one GD second?
You know, Bruce, you're just always so high-strung. You may need to go and visit my friend/sex hypnotist, Madame Carmen Muncher, at the old Toot Scoot and Boogie brothel. She'll set you right.
Yeah, she actually does this thing where she takes a Ouija board and then she summons the spirits with her pussy.
Look, I was going to give you some show notes, but I can't focus. Whatever you do today, please try not to cuss on the air or incite a riot. The town's already on edge. You know that. I'm just going to head out early today. I got to get home and tell my mother I'm sorry.
While you're at it, tell her that it's perfectly fine for a station manager to finally start living on his own. I think she can handle it.
Just don't do anything you'll regret, fellas.
Yeah. You're the boss, Bruce. We'll see you later.
Is terrestrial radio not the future? Is this internship just a sham?
What, are you too good for CDs, kid?
Yeah, kid, I think he was just trying to hurt your feelings.
Whatever. We're up in 10.
All right, bring it home.
You're listening to The First Down with Dwayne and Paul Wayne on QWIL The Quill.
Afternoon, folks. I wish I could say it was a good one, but as some of you are well aware, these have been some dark days in Paultom City. You're listening to The First Down with Dwayne and Paul Wayne. I am, of course, your host, Dwayne Applebottom.
Yeah, and I'm Paul Wayne Teague.
And we are coming to you live here on QWIL The Quill on this very confusing, solemn, joyless afternoon. What we're going to do today is try to break down, as best we can, the absolute sham of a game from this past Friday night versus the Boat Tuggers. Now, I know there's a lot of pain out there, a lot of confusion, anger, sadness, hell. There might even be some people out there that are thinking about taking the off-ramp on this road called life. But folks, fear not. We've been here before, and we're going to get through this. We're going to take today's show to talk through everything. We're going to try to mend some broken hearts. And you know what, Paul Wayne? We're going to try and heal this hurting community today.
Yeah, Dwayne, it's not often that I'm told I'm doing the Lord's work, but I feel like the big man upstairs is with us in studio today, just waiting to blast out his comfort all over the airwaves.
Yeah, well, before he gets to blasting, we do need to address the elephant in the room, which is the acknowledgement of the fact that our Porcupines fell short against the Boat Tuggers last Friday. Final box score was 31-27, but partner, that score doesn't even come close to reflecting how close of a game it was. Am I right?
Yeah, Dwayne, this loss reminded me a lot of the game we lost to Boat back in 97.
How's that?
Well, my wife at the time, Kathy Pepperfield Teague, told me she no longer loved me before the game.
That's a running theme.
I told our producers, Bruce's mom, I no longer loved her.
Hope he isn't listening yet.
And number 3 is the boys from Boat pulled off the biggest screw job since the Montreal screw job in 1997.
Well, if that ain't the damn truth, I don't know what is. And just to clarify, folks, we aren't referring to the wrestling Montreal screw job. No. This is far worse than that. This is, of course, when the infamous Porcupine running back Niles Monty Montreal fumbled late in the game to give the Tuggers the ball back and run out the clock on us. It was later found out that he was paid off by the Boat Booster Club, the Motorboaters.
Yeah, Monty was damn near tarred and feathered after that was found out. Hadn't seen a mob like that since they tried to change farm to Market Road 13 to the Boat Highway. I think someone burned his house down, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they say fire can be cleansing, and I think in this case it sure was. And if I recall correctly, his family moved up to some godforsaken part of the Panhandle like Pampa or Dalhart, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, all I say is good riddance, Monty.
Good riddance indeed.
But Paul Wayne, we're not here to dwell on the past. We're here to dwell on the present. And presently, we've got to focus on the emotional roller coaster that was the Battle of Boat at the Marina last weekend. So let's start with how the first half went.
Well, to kick things off, Boat started the game with the moment of silence for Gomer, which I thought was a class move.
Yeah, now I got to say, when their announcer asked for everyone to take off their hats, I was fully expecting to belt out the Stars and Stripes, but by God, they had a moment of silence, and, well, calling it a moment of silence was a bit of a misnomer because I was bawling like a newborn. I mean, I was really touched.
Yeah, that brought a tear to my eye, too. A rare show of class by the Tuggers. But good feelings soon left as our boys ran through the Spirit banner into what can only be described as an absolute quagmire.
Yep. True to Boat fashion, the field on the Marina was damp as all get out. And, I mean, you could just see our boys trying to power their way through, but by God, I mean, you almost needed hip waders to stay out on that field.
Yeah, thankfully our equipment manager, Denny Steeder, had enough Pam and Crisco deployed on the sidelines to grease 1,000 sheep pans. And with that, the boys were able to keep the mud from sticking. Still, we just knew it was going to be a slog on that field.
But that Pam seemed to do the trick because after kickoff, our first drive was rock solid. I mean, Elijah Renchel and Flug Yortson were able to spring #Johnson free on a 3rd and 2 for a 57-yard touchdown, and it was nothing but green pastures for him the whole way. Then the D came out, and Pablo Coffey just stuffed the Boat run game, which set up a 53-yard kick by old Trace Leches himself.
Yeah, now I thought this was going to be automatic. We've all come to fear Leche's leg.
Right.
But I'll be damned if Benny San Antonio didn't come in to block that kick. Many keg casts and all. Unfortunately, this wasn't just any field goal he blocked. No, sir, this was a Trace Leches field goal. And unfortunately, blocking Trace Leches' ball is akin to taking a Nolan Ryan fastball to your cast. And Benny really made the ultimate sacrifice because the ball broke through and looks like he's going to have permanent damage to his right wrist and will likely change his life for the foreseeable future. But needless to say, he was out the rest of the game.
Yeah, hats off to old Benny, man. I mean, if he doesn't get the Golden Quill Award at the football banquet this year, I will be shocked. Now, lucky for him, his teammates rewarded their fallen comrade because Rob Gonzalez chucked it to Sax McHolton and brought the Porcupines down to the 2-yard line of Boat, which seemed to quell any rumors about their alleged animosity towards each other.
And right after that, Coach Darryl Strong called in what we're dubbing the dump truck package as old Jesus Garcia Zielinski came in a la Refrigerator Perry for the 85 Bears, allowing old #Johnson to just walk into the end zone.
And that is no exaggeration, folks. My grandma Gert could have walked through that hole, walker and all. Jesus cleared out 3 people on that play, including all-district safety Rudy the Rodent Rodabaugh. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, and so just like that, we're up 14-0 in the first quarter, and we're feeling pretty hot to trot, I got to tell you. But hell, you'd have thought it was Spirits Week again in the stands where we were sitting. We even thought we had a safety after Cyrus Pepperfield dialed up a cornerback blitz that took down Boat's QB Bubba the Slim Jim Jimson in the end zone. Unfortunately, the cornerback who was blitzing was permanent screw-up Aiden McMurray, who was promptly called for a 15-yard penalty for yanking old Slim Jim's face mask. After that penalty, Boat was able to drive down for a 43-yard field goal by wonderkin Trace Leches. And that was our first real adversity of the night.
Paul Wayne, a part of me thought we could try to march Benny San Antonio out there one more time for that drive because he still had one good clubbed-up wrist.
Dwayne, I also thought that at first, but then on the other hand, I thought Coach Strong was maybe saving that left wrist for a possible crucial use later in the game.
Yeah, that is a good point, partner. I mean, you always got to keep an ace up your sleeve, I guess, or in this case, an ace up your cast. But anyway, moving on to the end of the first half, Gonzalez tossed a beauty to Sax McHolton in the flat with 35 seconds left, which Sax took in 20 yards for the score. And after that, I was feeling pretty confident that any feud between them had been resolved. It looked like their bromance status had changed from it's complicated to in a relationship.
Yeah, unfortunately, they were feeling themselves a little too much for the referees because they got called for another excessive celebration penalty.
Right.
And that call had Coach Strong so hot that he got a 15-yard penalty for what I thought was politely explaining to the ref out there how he would perform coitus on the ref's mother.
Yeah, it really goes to show how in with the refs those tug jobs were. You know, I know that there are nerds out there that are going to say just hand the ball to the ref and act like they've been there before, but maybe these refs should act like they've seen a touchdown celebration before, huh?
Yeah, those two bogus penalties had us kicking inside our own 10-yard line, and the field position they got gave them enough for Bubba Jimpson to connect to their star wideout Rico Guave in the corner of the end zone, and the Pines win into halftime, only up 21-10.
Yeah, and here's where things got a little nutty. First off, their halftime show featured two airboats doing donuts on the field while their band played Panama by Van Halen. Now, you know how much I love Van Halen, Paul Wayne, especially that song.
Yeah, you wake up to it every day.
Every day. Every day. But this performance, if you can call it that, was a huge disaster given the swamp-like field conditions. So one of those airboats accidentally ended up getting stuck in the middle of the field, which delayed the game for damn near an hour.
Yeah, and Tag Winkler, being the pile of garbage that he is, kept insisting that we just play around the boat. His argument to the refs was that it was just another part of the elements that football presents.
Yeah, now I will say that my daddy told me they did play the 1961 Boat Paultom game with a boat stuck in the middle of the field. So, I mean, technically there's precedent there. But UIL rules have been rewritten since then, and now they clearly state that there can't be any obstructions on the field. So after an hour and a tow from Timpson's Towing out of Mountsville, the game finally resumed. But hell, you know, between that and the Benny San Antonio screaming in pain in the locker room, I mean, you could just tell that time off at half caused our boys to lose focus.
Yeah, Boat came out swinging out the gate by calling the swinging gate play, which confused our defense and allowed the Tuggers to scamper for a 60-yard touchdown. And then we had a quick 3 and out, and then Boat was right back on the offensive. We seemed to have them stopped on our own 30, and Boat was about to settle for a field goal to cut it to 21-20, but in a sink-or-swim moment, Boat decided to swim.
And he's not kidding there, folks, as there did seem to be a bit of a sinkhole forming where they were attempting to kick, but the ever-so-clever Tres Leches decided to show off his arm for once, faking the field goal and throwing to Rico Guave, who practically did the breaststroke into the end zone. So and that put the Tuggers up 24-21, and that gave them the first lead of the night.
Yeah, the rest of the second half was just a slugfest, both literally and figuratively, as there were plenty of slugs on the field due to the damp conditions. We traded a couple field goals, and old Rico Guave got away from Aiden McMurray early in the fourth to put them up 31-27. Old Tag Winkler was trying to run out the clock, and our Porcupine hopes were looking dire. With a 3rd and 2 at the 50 and no timeouts with under 1:30 left, I was about ready to walk into the lake outside the stadium.
Yeah, I was right there with you, partner. I was just about to coat myself in stink bait and just let the fishes have me until the unthinkable happened. Old Jesus Garcia-Zielinski, dump truck incarnate, lived up to his name and hit Boat's running back Kerry Busey like a Mack truck, causing a fumble which was recovered by Pablo Doubleshot Coffee.
Yeah, we thought after that turn of events our offense would come out with their hair on fire. It looked like they were going to fizzle out, though, on that drive like a sparkler on the 4th of July until 4th down, where Rod Gonzalez found Peyton Hurst for 35 yards inside the Tuggers' 15-yard line. Pay dirt.
Yeah, 2 plays later, the Pines got the ball down to Boat's 2-yard line with 3 seconds left, leaving us time for one last play. And that last play is where the wheels fell off the wagon, as they say. So we're going to go into that and the aftermath of that after this short commercial break. Y'all stick with us. We'll be right back.
Oh, hey everybody, it's Buddy Boudreaux, owner of the capitalistic materialistic boutique and buffet, and father of the best holiday deals in town. We got serving plates, TV stands, and sweet bell pepper pie. We got storage crates, last month magazines, and refurbished bar stools. And the deals don't end this Friday. We got Christmas cakes and deco rates on sale all the way till the Junebug show back up. Mama's still cooking her critter crumble cobbler. which you can get for free as long as you show a receipt for $100 spent in the materialistic section of the store. You know me, our holiday gnome section is filled with all modern varieties. We got Christmas, Kwanzaa, and Hanukkah. Ho, ho, ho. So get on down to the capitalistic, materialistic boutique and buffet where it's such a good deal. Our slogan is, don't trust us.
Now, back to Paultom City's dynamic duo, Dwayne and Paul Wayne.
Welcome back, everybody. Before we get into the last play of the game that I teased before, I just wanted to give all our listeners a warning that we are about to play some audio from our broadcast that night, and this could get intense for some folks. So I just wanted to warn everybody out there in Pine Nation that if you got a weak stomach, suffer from PTSD, got loose bowels, or are prone to deep bouts of depression, then you might want to turn this off and go to another station right now, because what we are about to play is not only the dadgum moment of the week, but it's the dadgum moment of the season.
Hell, it might be the dadgum moment of this entire program's history.
That may be so, compadre. That very well may be so. So don't say that we didn't warn you, folks. And also, before we roll that clip, this segment is brought to you by the Panelode Springs Winery. This weekend, it's their sommelier weekend, where they've invited sommeliers from all around the world to determine once and for all whether or not the product that they make is wine. Will it be yes? Will it be no? You'll have to come and find out. So, come enjoy the show this Saturday at Panelode Springs. Panelode Springs Winery. Drink till your panelones come off. All right. Now that that's over with, Bran, let's roll that clip, Bubba. 3 seconds left in the game, and it all comes down to this, folks. One final play for all the marbles. And speaking of, my marbles are stuck up into my tum-tum right now. I mean, we are talking empty pouch, Paul Wayne. So if they score here, I'm going to jump out of this booth.
Yeah, this is what high school football is all about, folks. Heroes will be defined, lives will be destroyed.
And gambling debts may or may not be able to be repaid.
Yeah, it looks like Paultom's coming out with an overloaded look to the right, and it looks like Coach Strong may have found a soft spot on that side of the ball. You have to think hashtag Johnson can just taste the end zone right here.
I know I sure can. Let's see what they dialed up here. Gonzalez takes a snap. He looks over to his right and pump fakes and goes behind his back and hands off to Johnson. There's nobody over there for Boat. Pines are going to win. Pines are going to win. Pines are going to win. Oh, my God, no. Oh, God, no. Hashtag Johnson has appeared to have been tripped by something running on the field and has fallen short of the goal line.
What the hell's going on out there? Some beast of an animal appears to have ran out on the field, tripped a hashtag.
My God, the refs have blown the whistle. They are indicating the game is
Absolute
over.
bull.
I can't tell what tripped him. It looks like some sort of boat trickery of the highest degree here, Paul Wayne. They are showing the replay on the Jumbotron now, and it looks like he was knocked down, but that's not a bird. It's certainly not a plane. What is that?
They're showing the replay on the Jumbotron, and it looks like he was knocked down by...
No.
Oh.
No! Oh, my God, it's Gomer! It appears that
Where'd he come from?
He was released onto the field and has tripped hashtag Johnson. Gomer 5 just cost Paultom City our first district championship in 9 years and our shot at the Golden Showerhead.
Why, Gomer? Why?
I'm so sick, I feel like I'm going to throw up.
I'm gonna kill that damn porcupine.
That's right, folks. You heard that correctly. Our once beloved mascot, Gomer 5, somehow miraculously appeared, ran out onto the field, and cost hashtag Johnson and your Paultom City Porcupines their shot at winning district and beating Boat. We don't know where he came from, how he got onto the field, or why he did what he did. All we know is this whole team has a quill in its back, or in hashtag Johnson's case, right above his ankle.
Coach Strong, he called for Rod Gonzalez to pull off the ever-elusive Statue of Liberty play a la Boise State versus Oklahoma. It was the perfect play call. That jerk Benedict Gomer decides to stab Paultom in the backs. I spent the whole weekend thinking, et tu, Gomer.
Yeah, the refs refused to replay the down, so the game was called. The Tuggers stormed the field, airboats and all, and our boys had to clear out of there pretty quick and head off to the buses. And I looked, and Coach Strong and Tag Winkler, they didn't even shake hands. And I don't blame it.
Me neither.
This game was stolen, plain and simple. Now, personally, I was sobbing pretty hard, but from what I was able to see, Gomer did not hang around either. Last sighting of him was in the parking lot making out like a damn thief in the night.
You can't tell me Boat didn't have that stunt as the last ace up their sleeve. They couldn't beat us on the field, so they had to give our old mascot Stockholm Syndrome and have him ruin our only chance at glory.
Yep, another example of Boat living up to their reputation as the most low-down, rotten program in Texas high school football. And this event didn't just affect us on the field. I mean, it really tanked a lot of the city's economy. Gomer autographs are now worth less than Beanie Babies. And honestly, if you're a local business that has a Gomer autograph on display, you might as well have a Scarlet A in the window.
Yeah, and just like Wall Street had their Black Tuesday crash, our fair city will now and forever have Gomer Friday to remember, as Gomer coin crashed immediately following the game. Y'all might recall that PMZ article earlier this year that detailed how the city council had decided to invest 90% of city employees' pension plans in Gomer coin. And well, I hate to say it, but that's all gone. So many people lost their hide in Gomer coin that people are now living in tents on the outskirts of town in what people are dubbing Gomerville.
Yeah, and the worst news of all is that our announcer and local legend Pete Taterson collapsed at the game, and he's been in a coma ever since. So y'all be sure to keep Pete and his family in your prayers tonight.
Yeah, our hearts go out to Pete and his family. But you know what, Dwayne? There was one small bit of good news that came out of all this.
Oh, yeah, and what's that, Paul Wayne?
Well, it came out right after the post-game press conference that Penelope was filing for divorce from Gomer. Rumor has it the Booster Club hired the top divorce lawyer in town, Rube Mehoff, to represent her. And apparently the county judge, Judge Chucher, decided to fast-track that hearing to the front of the line, as Porcupine law apparently dictates that separation hearings take precedence over all others. Justice is being served, if you ask me.
Now, we did hear that Gomer decided to waive his right to an attorney and represent himself, or at least that's what Judge Chucher gathered whenever Penelope filed for divorce. And we've been told Gomer's probably going to lose everything in that case. Reports have said that Penelope is going for the upgraded enclosure at the Jimmy Johnson Memorial Library, the lockdown enclosure at the police station, and Gomer's share of Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah, as she should. You know, rumor has it she's expecting, and there's a Gomer 6 in the oven. And next week, the city council will have their weekly meeting at Senior O'Grady's to decide if they should continue on with the Gomer name.
And I'm be honest with you, I'm kind of torn as to whether or not they should myself. You know, on top of that, Gomer has been banned from ever being allowed to enter Paultom's Ring of Honor, from ever setting paw in the den again, and he has lost his burial plot in the hallowed grounds of the Grove of Gomers. Now, here's the icing on the cake. The local HEB won't even sell him Jimmy Dean's anymore. So it looks like he's been sentenced to a lifetime supply of great value breakfast sandwiches from here on out.
Yeah, and that might be the worst punishment of all.
Agreed. I'd probably end it if that was the case for me. So there you have it, folks. That's how our regular season ends, stabbed in the back by the one we love most. Honestly, sounds like half the divorces in this town, so, maybe it's appropriate. But that don't mean it's right or it doesn't hurt.
And for those of you wondering about the status of hashtag Johnson, Dr. Larry Pumpernickel has assured us that the quill puncture was just superficial. His lateral speed is such that Gomer's quill didn't really stand a chance at doing any serious damage. And thank God he did all that footwork in the offseason.
Yeah, unfortunately, that footwork didn't carry him across the goal line, so the real damage has been done there. But, we're glad to hear that he's okay and wish him a speedy recovery for playoffs. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we want to hear from y'all. We are opening up the Catfish O'Holy's Opine line whenever we come back, so y'all stick with us.
Hey y'all, this is Linda Handy of Handy's Wellness, formerly known as Toot Scootin' Boogie and Brothel. You have enough to deal with throughout your week. Boss is up your rear over earnings this quarter, that alimony or child support payment has totally zapped your bank account, your kids won't speak to you because they think you're out of touch for rocking that Ozfest 98 t-shirt on the weekends. Like they know a damn thing. The last thing you need is your spouse jamming you up with too many bye weeks in the bedroom. We know you don't want to listen to a thing they have to say or try to feign a distant memory of what they might have looked like 40 pounds ago. Stop all that matrimoning and get back to being the you that you know still lives inside of you. Go find that person before the divorces. The one that didn't have the life anchors we call children. Our on-site therapists and professionals take pride in what some might call the oldest profession. True one-on-one therapy sessions to get your head in the right place, or places. Premium members qualify for group therapy sessions, which won't get weird and we won't hold it against you for years later. We also now carry a wide range of the latest CBD products for maximum relaxation and minimal stress levels. Start your search party at Handy's Wellness. That's down the dirt road off FM 13 past the third double wide on the left. Do yourself a favor, and we'll give you a hand.
And now the Catfish O'Holy's Opine Line on QWIL, The Quill.
Welcome back to the First Down on QWIL. I am your host, Dwayne Applebottom.
And I'm your co-host, Paul Wayne Teague.
And we are here now taking calls on the Opine Line, sponsored by Catfish O'Holy's. Catfish O'Holy's, we got chicken now. Who's up there first, Paul Wayne?
Looks like our first Opine is Alan from... Oh, God.
Oh, man, every freaking time. All right, Alan from Paultom. What's your Opine?
Hi, guys.
Look, Alan, we got a lot of folks chomping at the bit to get on the Opine Line today, so don't waste our time with hi, guys. Just get right to it, all right? Let's try this once again. What's your Opine?
Spit it out, dork.
Look, I just want to say how dare you. I put all my faith in you boys, against the better judgment of my family, and now they're all gone. When you told me to put all my savings in Gomer Coin for my long-term investments, I said how much. And finally, when we needed the funds to build the boat that held Red Bartleby's body at the bonfire, I said how much. And now, all that has led to everyone finding out at the same time that Gomer was in Boat's hands this whole time? I lost everything listening to you, as has everyone else associated with me. My opine is, why should anyone think you have an opine worth listening to?
Dwayne, this past weekend was a little foggy. Did I have a tattoo stamped on my head that says I'm expert investor Warren Buffett?
Unless we're talking about a different head, I'm going to answer no, compadre.
And did I get a facelift to more resemble Jim Cramer from Fast Money?
Now, this I can confirm you did not.
Then why would some lame-brained chode trust us with their financial advice?
Beats me. Blair, hang up on Alan. I'm going to give him the Dadgum Caller of the Year award. Yeah, I am. That award is sponsored by our friends down at Cecil Septic Tank, so congrats, Alan. That also comes with a $15 gift card to Gargleby Shakes and Fates. Hope you choke on it. You also get a permanent picture on the wall of shame at Catfish O'Holy, so hope you enjoy, dingus.
Blinn, do we have another caller?
It's Brett, and it looks like we have Dane from Manitoba.
Manitoba? Does Texas have a Manitoba?
I don't know.
Whatever. All right, let's get this over with. Dane from Manitoba. What's your opine?
Hey, guys, it's Dane Gretzky, third cousin of Wayne Gretzky. I was just hoping that my friends from the South were holding up okay. Heard you had a rough outing with a porcupine fella.
Well, there's that fine Canadian hospitality we've heard all about. But, Dane, buddy, we got a lot of people on the line, so we got to get to it. So I got to ask, from one Texan to one Canadian, what's your opine?
Well, boys, I'm a loyal listener, and I've been following the Pines for going on, 5 seasons now. And as Wayne Gretzky's third cousin, I'm a bit of a local celebrity / ambassador for Canadian football here in Manitoba. And I was wondering, since it seems the Pines have fallen on a bit of hard times, that perhaps they try in the future to give Canadian football a go. I figured with our wider fields, bigger size football, and 12 players on the field giving your wishbone offense an extra blocker, you could really whoop on some Canucks up here. And if you boys join us up here in Manitoba, the first round of poutine and Labatt is on me.
Partner, you got a lot of nerve calling up here with that crap, all right? You think you could offer us some gravy fries and suds and just call it a day? Well, let me tell you this. I don't keep malt vinegar on my table, all right? I keep spicy Whataburger ketchup. And newsflash, buddy, our school colors may be purple and brown, but I bleed red, white, and blue, and I'll be damned if you think I haven't forgotten about the War of 1812 or the 2019 NBA Finals or the 92 and 93 World Series. I've never so much as been north of the Red River, and I'll be damned if I set foot in the land of maple syrup-covered Yetis with you snowblowers. Oh, and by the way, a state's a state, all right? Quit trying to make it all fancy by calling them provinces. You ain't fooling nobody.
I'm so sorry. Did I mention that I'm third cousins with Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah, we don't know who that is. Biff, cut his call, This jackwagon acts like he's the first person to convince us to switch at Canadian-style rules.
Right.
As if we don't know you only get 3 downs or that the field of play is 10 yards longer.
Right, exactly.
We've been down that road before, and never again, I say.
Yeah, don't you ever call here again.
All right. Let's calm down a bit.
I'm sorry, Paul Wayne. It's just those two callers back-to-back got me wound up tighter than a Jerry Jones facelift.
Well, let's see if we can wind you down a bit with this last caller. Who is it, Bet?
It's Brett, and it looks like it's CT from Muntsville.
All right. CT from Muntsville. What's your opine?
Well, greetings and salutations, losers.
Oh, damn it. I thought we banned callers from Boat this season, Brentley. What the hell's she doing on here?
What do you want, Kathy? It is rare that we want to listen to a female talk, let alone you.
Well, I'm just sitting here looking at my beautiful husband taking a luxurious golden shower using the coveted golden shower head, and I thought it was only right to call in and thank the Paultom Porcupines for providing us and Boat with another game full of abject failure and outright hilarity. Now, I particularly wanted to thank you, Paul Wayne, for the entertainment. Seeing you weep and break your headset in the booth was icing on the cake for me.
I had something in my eye, damn it.
Right. Keep telling yourself that, honey. I'm just looking here to tell you, now that I'm finally dropping your name, Paul Wayne, no longer will my name be tainted with the losing aura that Teague brings to it. From here on out, I am Kathy Pepperfield Winkler, proud wife of district champion, and damn proud of it.
Well, good riddance then. I didn't want the Teague name sullied by your deranged antics anyways. Just go away, Kathy.
Now don't go thinking that me dropping your last name gets you off the hook with your alimony payments.
Don't worry, Kathy. I got a whole mountain of Gomer coin coming your way.
Hey, cut that damn call, Blimp. I'm not dealing with this crap today. Look, Kathy, I sincerely hope that your daddy has cut you out of his will because you don't deserve a dime of his hard-earned Paultom cash.
She doesn't deserve a dime of mine either.
Look, folks, I apologize. I thought that we'd have a nice little group therapy session today, talk through some of the things that we need to talk about, and try to move on. But after all that, I'm just about as fired up as I was in the press box after the game. So, looks like that ain't happening today.
Well, before you go start blaming yourself, Dwayne, look on the bright side. While we aren't district champs this year, the Pines are playoff bound, and that means we still got a shot at state.
Yeah, I guess you're right, partner. It's foolish of me to focus on Boat when our true prize is a ticket to Cowboy Stadium.
Exactly. Chin up there, Dwayne. We ain't out of this thing yet.
Appreciate that, partner. I honestly needed that wake-up call. Now, folks, due to the way our game ended last week, I do know that we're making overtures to the UIL for consideration in our playoff division this year. So if we get a ruling in our favor, we might get another shot at Boat, to be honest with you. So that'd be nice. But I'm not holding my breath there.
Yeah, we'll see. All I know is some Paultoms need to be greased, and half the town's grease was lost with Gomer coins. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of that request.
Yeah, indeed it will. Well, folks, I think we can go ahead and call it today. As you know, playoff pairings will be happening next week, so hopefully we'll know by then who we're going to be playing. But y'all be sure to keep an eye on your purple and brown alert for any Gomer sightings. Remember, he is not allowed on any Paultom City property at this time. So if you see him, just shoo him off with a broom or spray him in the face with mace or something. But don't cause any real physical harm to him, all right? Let a lifetime of shunning be his punishment.
Well, Dwayne, what do you say we head down to Senior O'Grady's and have a few Irish marg bombs? Wash the paint a little bit.
Yeah, you read my mind, partner. And I encourage all of our listeners to do the same. If you have the funds, that is. Senior O'Grady's is no longer taking Gomer coins, so y'all keep that in mind before you head out. Anyways, I'm Dwayne Applebottom.
I'm Paul Wayne Teague.
Go Pines.
The official broadcast partner of Paultom City Consolidated Athletics, QWIL, The Quill.